Hi, welcome to the Ace Dog Vlog. This week, I want to talk about dog training. Fancy that. I just had a great lesson with a talented trainer with a wonderful dog. And I think a lot of these vlogs are going to be about my lessons because there's all these reoccurring themes. And last week I decided that I wanted to talk about what's in the way of making progress for the individual student. Like I'm calling it once and for all problem solving. This is because I have the luxury of having students who come back to me dog after dog after dog after dog. And it's not a coincidence that some of these teams get to the same point and the progress slows or stops. And I decided that this is an issue that I want to move through and past for me and my students. So what would it take to solve whatever problem is in your way of your goals once and for all? And today, like always, I got this insight from the very lesson that just finished. And that is the thing that was in her way is the thing that's in lots of people's way, and it's sloppy training. And it doesn't, so yeah, great trainers are not sloppy trainers. But that doesn't mean that I am not seeing folks who can teach. I mean, if you can teach your dog how to do weave pulls, you can teach your dog, period. You've already taught your dog a whole bunch of amazing things. What could be in your way and what I'm calling sloppy is not being able to have super clear criteria and consistency. Oh boy, here we go again, you say. Here we go again with the not clear on criteria. Yeah. But what does that actually mean should be your question. So the criteria for this particular dog is going to be the example. So what she has is a little dog who gets over aroused around other dogs. This is the type of kind of batshit crazy, I want to get at him, I want to get at him. Some people would interpret it as aggression. For this particular dog, it's, I guess if you unclip the leash, you wouldn't really know. I know the dog, so I know this is a happy-go-lucky dog that really just wants to get in there and enjoy himself. But it's still an obnoxious behavior, for lack of a better word. And it's in her way. It is certainly in her way of competing. So what I saw was that she didn't have a clear job description for the dog when it was aroused. And what she was doing was Rolodexing through methods and things that she thought she was supposed to want the dog to do. And she was sort of trying to get one and then midstream switching to try to get something else, So she was fishing. Could I get this? Could I get that? I fish, but I fish very slowly with a plan. So when I said to her, what do you want the dog to do? She said, I want the dog to stop lunging and barking at the end of the leash while the test dog that we had was doing figure 8 drills over the A-frame. So I said, okay, I got that, but what do you want the dog to do? And she said, be calm. So I challenged her on that. I'm like, what if he just kind of stood very, very interested and didn't lunge? Would that be, well, sure, that would be acceptable. Well, that's not my definition of calm. My definition of calm is kind of laying down in a board. I have in my brain, calm means kind of bored. You guys, this is where the rubber hits the road on criteria. when I'm teaching, the student and I have to be on the same page as to what that looks like, because they can't teach it. You can't teach it if you can't visualize it. So when we restarted the session, she then turned it into a recall. And the dog came well. She's had a nice recall. And I said, why are you practicing recalls? You said you wanted calmness. And she said, well, I don't think I can get it. And I said, I don't think you can get bored either. I don't think that this little dog is capable of being bored. And I don't think you really want or need bored. Do you need the dog to just kind of lay down and be bored? And she said, no. So again, definitions of criteria. So I said, practicing recalls around distractions is a wonderful thing to do, but I thought you just wanted him to hang out, which I call mind your own business. So I don't care if you're excited while you're minding your own business. I don't even care if you're watching in a state of engagement, but I want you to not feel like you can leave me to go interact. This is criteria. This is getting clear about the dog's job description. She says, I thought I was supposed to get him to play with me. I said, inviting the dog into a game with you in this situation is certainly a valuable thing to see if you can get or not. And it would be wonderful if you could, but that's another project. And then she said, maybe I'll ask him to do some heel work. And I said, that's great, but that's also another project. So teaching the dog while a dog is going back and forth across the A-frame, teaching your dog to hang out and not be obnoxious, as in mind your own business, versus pay attention to me and have a game with me, tug game, little mini fetch game, clab claw game. That's another project. Versus let's do some heel work, some sit down stands, and engage with me in that modality. So being super clear as to the job you're inviting the dog to learn is very important to making progress. Then we have, I know what I want. I have my job descriptions. I have names for them. Mind your own business, heel work versus play. I would like to get all three of those. Then you need a technique. Am I going to use space to achieve that? Do I have a way to invite the dog in before I actually start the training program? Do I have a way in to say to you, I've got a game available? It's like asking a friend, do you want to go to the movies? You're not going to grab your friend's arm and say, we're going to the movies. Now, you'd say, hey, let's go see that new Elvis movie. I heard it's really good. Let's go check it out. And then the person can say, yeah, I would like to do that. And then you can go to the movies. Versus I said I didn't want to go to the movies. I don't like Elvis. I don't like the actor. I'm not going to go get COVID. I don't want to go. No, we're going to the movie. So that invitation is very important. These are the types of things that I'm teaching in 3 hats. That's the teacher's hat. This is what the ACE way is. Yes, I have moved into a plug. I'm doing a free. Is it still a plug if I'm not selling something? No, wait, I am selling something. If you want the material, it's cheap. All three webinars are under $100. I think they're around 75 for all 3 of them. But I am doing a free Q&A at the end of this month. And this subject, not being a sloppy trainer anymore, cleaning up your act as a teacher, as a dog trainer, could be the step that you need to make to make your agility goals. If it's not that, if you're a great dog trainer, but you're lacking in handling skills, you haven't created a system of communication in regards to cueing agility obstacles, that's the handler's hat. If you're a great handler and you love how you teach, then you may just choke up in competition or get frustrated with competition, then that's the competitor's hat. I'm going to be talking about all three in this Q&A that will invite you in to either explore the material with me. You buy the material and then you ask questions about the material, or you can come in if you just want to talk to me to decide if you want to shell out the $75, which is less than one consultation with me. So this one piece of it, getting clear with your criteria, is the, and then I also dropped a little hint about chemistry. The ACE way, my way, is chemistry, creating the right chemistry in order to have the optimum learning environment to perfect cues to have reliable skills. So I know that there's a lot in this message today. My messages are often like that. I teach nitty-gritty detail in complex ways because that's what I enjoy. That's what I enjoy about dog training, is looking at it from lots of different angles. And but the main point I'm trying to make is, if you're a sloppy trainer, it is going to plague you in all your sports, in life around the house, and it's going to plague you with the next dog too. So I am solving lots of problems for lots of people with simple games like crate games, BAM, my band program today when we were working, we're doing agility. I can take everything I need back in agility to one of the 3 BAM skills. So this is a little long, maybe a little complicated. I'm inviting you in. I'm inviting you into Wednesday Night Live. I'm inviting you into my online programs. Maybe I just planted a seed enough to get you to clean up your act as a trainer, where you don't need to go out and buy anything. You know what your criteria is. You know how to be cleaner. You know how to be a consistent trainer. You don't come up with a new solution every time your dog has questions. This is another buzz killer for dogs and a major obstacle, pun intended, in moving forward with being a neat or tidy dog trainer. Is the dog asks one little question and you say, oh, the way I've been going about it is all wrong. I'll answer today's question in a different way. That's what consistency is. Hey, buddy, remember, this means that. And I taught it to you like that. And I'll take a second and show you, and then we'll move on. So if any of this appeals to you, you want to know more, get the 3 hats. I'm going live next week. I'll get you the information, and hope to see you there. Bye.